Okay.
Yeah, continuing from where we stopped like. All right. With the Let's Make Africa Green Again project, the whole idea of Let's Make Africa Green Again is to make the land fertile so it can grow and things because long-term irrigation, because starvation don't just come and stop, so it's a thing can continue. So the whole idea was to continue working and working and giving them the money to the right people so they can distribute it to the right place and do the right things. So a lot of the artists them who come on board came on board because of my word and believe in what I was saying. Group like the Pioneers. The Pioneers is Jamaica's most successful vocal group. Went all the way to the national charts. A tune like Long Shot, Hit the Bucket, and all them tune. They Let You Hear Be Here, and enough more tune. Great artists from Studio One and Treasure Eye, like the great Ken Parker. You know, Junior English from here, Janet Kay, 15 and 16, Brown Sugar, Mafia and Flaxy, um, part of Black Slate, part of the Aswad, part of Jawaria, um, BB Seaton, The Chosen Few, and obviously Blackstones at large at that time, still at large. Um, and as I said, Eddie Grant gave you the whole day and night to carry out what duty we wanted to carry, as in recording. Just give away a free 24 track tape. Because when I first originally approached Island Records about it, I was told that UB40 have already done this contribution with the Pioneers, and I said, fine, UB40 and Pioneers welcome to do as many as them want, but we also want to contribute and I went off on my own and with the team I should say, and after we get the support from the local business like the Jetstar, which was Palmer Records then, and Arbortone, Green Sleeve, Third World, um, I should say Body Music, all these people, all the record industry and the national press, the Daily Mirror, the Sun, um, New Musical Express, Melody Maker, Black Record. All these magazines gave it support and thing. And the long stories, I can't really tell it full now because I'm not in the frame of mind totally to go all the way because it's a big story. The money that was raised, because none of us have any experience of Africa, um, we pass it over to Save the Children Fund, and they promise to go to the Pacific area that we want to be irrigated and do the job with the I think it was £8,000 from Island royalty from the record because we the artists didn't take any, you know. Based on that as well, I remember having a presentation at the Rio Cinema, handing over the check we as a team and was about to do other project, but when we have a lot of our own folks trying to do these sort of thing, if somebody don't agree with you, they think that what you're doing is wrong and they try to overturn the table. So I resigned from it and leave it.
What year was this, Leon?
Oh my God, 1977, I think.
So £8,000 in
I,
1977
I,
would have
I,
been a lot of money.
yeah, 77. When was the 75, 77?
Well, in around that
Yeah,
region,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Them time there, and I mean the Jamaican embassy and then people, the Nigerian a lot of people acknowledge us. We were inducted into something, some all of something from Caribbean Times. We were awarded for it. We Princess Anne request to meet us because she's a patron for Save the Children Fund. It didn't make sense. None of us pay aeroplane fare to go to Africa because that money can use to do something. We don't know any part of Africa, but there are some people who have the enthusiasm to go there and find out. That's good, you know. But at least we made an effort and we scratched the surface. And Let's Make Africa Green Again record was made because of that simple little effort that I stepped forward to, you know. Like catching a fish, you throw a little thing in the water and hook on upon it and you have your fish. Dennis Brown, I forgot to mention late Dennis Brown in the thing, you know. Um, it's a long time, and I didn't come to tell the story at JP. I was just giving him an idea of what the experience was, and he got the camera and got me talking, and I haven't got my dates. I'm totally right, but
Leon, where are you exactly at the moment? Can you tell everybody where you are at the moment?
yeah, right. Then we're at a studio that is up and coming like a jet stream. You know, a jet stream what we have way up into the sky there, where the plane them take to go to the Caribbean because it flowed away and them find it in the 30s. And the studio is called Supatech Studio. And I believe what we're doing here is for Supatech TV. And Blackstones is right here. Blackstones is myself, Tony Mawoni, and Junior Bailey. Blackstones been around for a long time. We've worked with like Chalmers, the great producer who produced people like Johnny Nash, Ken Boot, Biggett, them, and Delroy Wilson, including he was a member of the great group called the Uniques with Slim Smith and Jimmy Riley.
Mentioning the Uniques,
Yeah,
Leon, you're here at Supatech Studio.
yeah.
Can you tell the people about some of the work that you've done and the album that you've actually, which is now actually on the street, entitled "The Blackstones Salute Slim Smith and the Uniques"?
Yes, yes. The album that JP is referring to was originally produced by Bunny Striker Lee. And Bunny Striker Lee loved the works that Blackstone do, him love our singing and so on. And you know, he suggests that we should work on these original rhythms from back in the days. And instead of rewriting new songs to these rhythm track, we decided it was appropriate to pay tribute to one of Jamaica, our one of music greatest vocal group back in the days with the Paragons, Melodians, Techniques, you know, to name a few, Sensation, to name a few, the Gaylads, Natals. Well, the Uniques were Lyle Chalmers here, and Slim Smith here, and Jimmy Riley, which his real name is Martin Riley, and he's the father of Tyrus Riley. Now the Uniques at time used to give any other vocal group them problem when it comes to stage show in Jamaica. This is the Blackstones on the front page, emulating the original Uniques album. And all the tracks in here we have re-recorded, and it's out on the road. It's supposed to be in America by VP and Supertech, spreading it around here in the UK
And Europe.
and Europe, you know. So beside us we have Robert Dallas and the late edition CD Ranks and Trevor Walters, you know, and I can't remember everyone, so if I don't remember, please forgive me. But them lining up to come to Supertech, no lie, the sound is here, and it's a brethren, why him know, him learn something every day and every second, you know, and him listen to your idea, and him give you ideas, and we work together, cause that's the way, no man is an island, you know what I mean, so that's how we run the thing, and my experience allow me to know what we need and when something is wrong, you know, we're not just singing and say we can sing, we know we can sing, we know brag. Like we have the Diamonds have a sound, the Tamlins have a sound, Abyssinians have a sound, Blackstones have a sound, Quest have a sound, Temptation have a sound. Just like my brethren just went recently to go and watch the Impressions at the Jazz Cafe. And Impressions is a group that helped to form the sound of America in the sense of vocal groups with the late Curtis Mayfield, and there's a new member in there. And if you go and see the impression, you might think that they're new, but they're icon, they're foundation. In fact, 90% of the Rocksteady tune I met back in other days, if it's not Impressions, it might be Temptations or one of them group there, you know, if it's not covered or original, you know. Yeah, so Supatech is a place to be. Yes,
So,
definitely.
Leon, what I'd like you to do now is
Yeah,
um, tell me your name and who you are, what you do. So, because this video is going to be shown around the world, and as such,
yeah.
people are going to want to know who's this man in this red shirt.
Yeah, man, as I said, Blackstones was the last group to record with the late, great Clement Coxon Dad at Studio One. And a year say I was there with my colleague Tony Mahoney. I was there with my colleague Junior Earl Bailey, and we were invited to Studio One. We went to Studio One and we did two albums. How we managed to do two albums? The first one, when Mr. Coxon Dad invited us there, we did half of it, and the second album was done when we were invited to the Studio One stage show, and a storm, I forgot what the name of the storm, came and blew the thing out, but our ticket was already booked. So Mrs. Dad, late Mrs. Dad, said we should still come, and we went down and we make another album with the engineer that we work with, Theodore, Courtney Dad, and the great Vincent Morgan, who's also a musician of play a few instruments and so on. And that album is still in the pipeline to come. With Studio One, you know, you have to just wait till them bring the thing out. But this album was the first album to come out after Mr. Dad had passed away. We were in Jamaica for the opening of Studio One Boulevard. Studio One Boulevard was known as 13 Brentford Road. It's now known as 13 Studio One Boulevard. You know, that is a Jamaica legacy because Studio One is an institute where most of the great talented musicians had arrived from Alpha Boy School. And those musicians that played at Studio One, they're the same one who go over and play at Treasure Isle or Beverly's record, which is Leslie Kahn, you know, and still those who still in them old age are still playing, you know, and all that sort of thing. So with Blackstones going to Studio One, it was not like it was going to university for us, as Brother Junior would say, and most people would say. So when you listen to your music and hear great talent like Babandi, when I say great talent, I mean as a songwriter and as a brilliant singer, you know, and you hear Ken Boot, you know, and the first artist that to reach number one anywhere in the world with a Jamaican reggae record, the great late Desmond Decker and the Aces them, you know, and the first vocal group to get a top 10 hit was the Pioneers with Let Your Year Be Yeah, even though the Ethiopians being into the charts and the Melodians with Rivers of Babylon and Sweet Sensation and so on, you know. The history is so long, my brethren. I have the mixing for me to do the tune them now. So we're going to do this another time.
That's
Yeah,
not a problem.
yeah.
Can you just tell the massive exactly what it is that you're actually mixing?
We're working on an album with Bunny Striker Lee and JP, and JP mean
Powell,
Junior Powell. Obviously, I didn't know if I'm,
aka Supatech
yeah,
Records.
the Supatech spell Supatech.
H.
I beg your pardon. I did go school, you know, but I don't know why I missed the K. Yes, and this is some of the veteran rhythm, they're more contemporary, more than say the rocksteady, where it's like a chosen selection of people, mostly gotten by this. So let's use a youngster who know rocksteady and you indulge in it, you will love this. God, this is completely beautiful vocal, lead harmonies, everything, and those tunes you're familiar with. But with this album we're working on now, it's mostly original that we've wrote melodies and lyrics to suit the tracks them and sound frighteningly beautiful. And this is due anytime now.
Okay. I also believe, Leon, that you are embarking on a trip to Jamaica,
Yeah,
and you're going to carry your expertise as a producer, arranger,
yeah,
to the studios of Jamaica. You are
yeah,
having, in the process of having some rhythm tracks made,
yeah, yeah,
and as such, you will be coming back to London with some brand new, fresh rhythm tracks. I believe you're using the veteran artists,
yeah,
sorry, musicians
yeah,
to construct these rhythm tracks. And as
yeah,
such, you're very excited about the fact that you will be speaking to or being interviewed by Bob Clark on Irie FM.
yeah, yeah,
So you got a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks. But in the meantime,
yeah,
we're gonna close this session here at Supatech Records, London East,
yeah,
because we've got some work to do as regards mixing some of the vocals that have been recorded right here at Supatech Records
yeah,
for a new album that we understand VP have some interest in, but we can't be too sure.
and others.
And others, yes. And as such, what we need to do now is to perfect the art so that when you, the listening public, hear these new songs, and they will be, there are a number of new songs that have been written to rhythms that you are to somewhat familiar with. We're hoping that you're going to get a pleasure, as we've had the pleasure of making this particular project for you, the listening public.
Yeah, I just want to say, Blackstones is a vocal group that carrying the flags for the vocal harmonies, like Abyssinians, like Tamlins, like the Jays. You understand, like the Voiceroys, and it goes on. We are vocal groups. That used to be abandoned of vocal groups in the rocksteady days. So we're trying to lift up the thing. The mighty diamonds, the ep tones, and so on. Blessed love.